Hostia, es verdad que no había cambiado esto. Bueno, es igual, chavales. Vamos a continuar Final Fantasy. Esto lo tenemos que quitar de aquí. Tenemos que dejar esto. Lo hacemos así. Y seguimos. Vale, pues buenas a todos, gente. Bienvenidos a un nuevo directo. Bienvenidos a Final Fantasy XVI. Vamos a continuar donde lo dejamos, que no sé si recordáis, en el último directo, Artema, que es el malo del juego, hacía algo en el mundo y lo dejaba sumido en una absoluta, no sombra o oscuridad, pero como una especie de niebla. Entonces, vamos a continuar, ¿vale? Lo primero que voy a mirar es saber si tenemos algún tipo de misión. Vale, no podemos desplazarnos a ningún sitio, así que directamente tenemos que hablar con Otto. ¿Y esto qué es? La copa, ¿no? Está muy bien esto de la colección, ¿eh? Está muy bien, sinceramente. Vale. Voy a hacer una cosa. Un segundo. Voy a hacer una cosa. Voy a cambiar esto. Hostia, espérate. Eso. Espérate. Que necesito... El carepinga este. ¡Carepinga! ¡Hija puta! No, no está.
¿Medio?
¡Hija puta!
Está en medio.
Vale, yo creo que... Sí, yo creo que incluso... A ver. Vamos a poner esto aquí. Lo vamos a cambiar al revés y vamos a poner esto aquí. Y esto...
Espérate que no sé por qué, te escucho hiper, ultra, super, mega bajo.
Pues no sé, tú sabrás. Necesito que me hagas un favor cuando termines de jugar, así que avísame. Pues se supone que estamos de vuelta en la plataforma morada.
Ahora, ya te escucho, no sé por qué te escuchaba abajo, dime.
Te digo que cuando termines de jugar Valorant,
¿Sí?
necesito que me hagas un favor y me confirmes que se vea bien en la plataforma morada.
¿Doble? ¿Doble stream?
Sí, exacto.
Wiki. Ahora te lo miro, dame.
No, tranquilo, juega tranquilamente. Si se ve bien y si no, pues nada. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Hostia, lo que sí me estoy dando cuenta es que va un poquito... O igual es por el momento de la historia. Igual puede ser por eso. No. No, me va bien. Ha habido un momento que iba como medio a tironcillos, pero ahora está bien. No sé, imagino que tenía que cargar o algo. Pero bueno.
¿A qué vas a jugar?
Como si tuviera el juego abierto 3 veces. No, ya estoy jugando.
¿A qué?
A Final Fantasy.
Nice.
No tengo que pasar. Ya este fin de semana me dejó con la cosa el puto Vulcan. Y... voy a volver a jugar Quartale si me lo voy a pasar. Ya está. Voy a volver a jugar Quartale si lo juego solo y si... pues nada. Vale, me han aparecido
Yo es que estos fines de semana.
No, si da igual, no te calientes.
Está un pelín ahí raro.
No te calientes, da igual. Da igual, si... El War Tales es un juego que hay que jugarlo... Hay que jugarlo solo. O sea, si lo quiero jugar y pasármelo entero, tiene que ser solo. Si no, la persona que juegue conmigo tiene que estar adaptado a mi horario, ¿sabes? Y no...
A ver, a mí el curro me da para tu horario, las cosas como
No,
son.
pero aún
Los
así...
fines de semana.
Pero aún así, da igual. No voy a meter yo a nadie en la tesitura de tener que estar todos los días, ¿sabes? No sé si me explico.
Claro, yo te lo digo por eso. Yo que los fines de semana están siendo un poco complicados.
Buah, tengo un cacao aquí en la pantalla. Yo creo que necesito una segunda pantalla, ¿eh? Pero bueno, aún así. A ver, Otto, ¿qué me cuentas?
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm?
Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals
De
and
hecho,
the
escucha, sí, ¿cómo
skies
está
are a
abierto?
roiling cesspit. And Gav,
Ya.
he's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition
No
of
sé,
good.
me pone que estás en directo, pero está chapado.
Alright, fine.
¿Cómo que te pone que estoy
What
en
do you
directo
suggest
pero
we
está
do?
chapado?
Sí, me pone en
Oh,
directo.
no,
Entro y me
just
pone
a message.
offline. O sea, no
I'll
se ve
leave the
nada.
scheming to those
¿Serio?
more suited to the task.
Sí, sí, sí.
Could be that Lady
Pues
Vivian
nada,
and Old
lo
Toes
voy a
have
quitar.
their own thoughts on the current state of
Hace
things.
7 minutos con
Could be
56.
that they don't.
Sí, sí, sí. Me pone incluso
It's
que estoy en
certainly
directo,
not
pero me
hurt to
sale...
I suppose not.
Espera un segundo. No sé muy bien por qué. Estoy intentando hacerlo así. Y... Estoy intentando hacerlo así y no sé muy bien por qué. Me sale como si estuviera en directo, ¿sabes?
Ujú.
Pero cuando ¿ves? Me pone aquí... A ver. Estás en directo, gestionar stream, pero sin embargo me pone sesión... Me pone la sesión, pero cuando llega a cargar se pone todo a cero, ¿sabes?
No sé. A mí
Entonces
ya te
no
digo,
sé.
me pone que estás en directo, pero entro y está como si no estuvieras en directo.
Ya, en offline. No sé muy bien por qué. Hay algo que tengo que configurar para que funcione o algo, pero es que llevo unos cuantos días mirándolo y no... Y no hay manera, la verdad. No sé muy bien qué coño tengo que tocar o no, o lo que sea. Pero vamos, incluso OBS manda la señal, ¿sabes? O sea, la está mandando ahora mismo.
Ujú.
O sea, de hecho me pone hasta el tiempo que llevo y demás. De hecho, lo detengo. Esto lo quitamos de aquí, esto lo quitamos de aquí. De hecho, lo detengo. Y si yo me voy a mi canal... panel de control... Abrimos esto, gestor de... No, es aquí. En canal. Esto es aquí. Te vas a vídeos y ves, tengo uno que es hace 10 minutos. ¿Ves? Sí se ve, cabrón.
Y yo no lo veo que.
Claro, pero que me refiero que el juego sí se ve.
No.
Escúchame, Craya.
Mira, mira, mira. Coño, mira.
Que yo estoy viendo el vídeo. Que estoy viendo el vídeo con la imagen y toda la pesca.
Vale, mira cómo me sale.
Que te sale offline. Y a mí también me sale offline. Que sí,
Ah, vale. Ah,
que
vale, vale.
sí.
Digo,
Pero
no,
que me refiero que luego en el vídeo, dentro del canal,
Sí, sí
sí
sale
que
el vídeo.
sale el vídeo.
Ah,
Es lo que no entiendo por qué. No sé, tengo que buscar a ver alguna manera de solucionarlo, la verdad.
Yo quiero hacerlo, pero quiero hacerlo con TikTok.
No, yo lo quiero hacer, pero lo quiero hacer en plan las dos. O sea, y en plan bien, ¿sabes? Lo único malo, pues eso, que chupa de recursos como su puta madre. Pero bueno. A ver. Claro, eso es a lo que voy. O sea, te sale a ti, ahora te sale así, pero antes te saldría debajo de mi icono, te saldría en directo, ¿no?
Sí.
Claro, de todas maneras es que hay un problema que he tenido, que yo, por ejemplo, tengo que meter la URL de la plataforma morada, ¿sabes? En el codificador de OBS. ¿Qué es lo que pasa? Que yo lo he buscado por internet y me sale una generada. Entonces no sé si ese es el problema, porque sí, la clave de retransmisión está bien, porque se la he puesto bien, pero sin embargo la URL es una genérica, ¿sabes?
Ujú.
No es... No sé qué tengo que cambiar. No sé si es que tengo que cambiar algo o tengo que modificar algo. De todas maneras es que no sé, llevo ya desde ayer probando, ¿sabes? ¿Ves? Ahora, por ejemplo, se supone, ¿ves? Me pone en directo ahora. Pero me sigue saliendo offline. Y si me voy ya a gestor, bueno, estás en directo. ¿Ves? Pero sin embargo me meto y me pone desconectado. Y si tengo que poner esto... Ole mis huevos, lo he solucionado. Mira a ver ahora.
Voy.
Lo he solucionado. Lo que pasa es que me pone aquí inestable.
Espérate, que me salta el anuncio de Vodafone. Con un montón de asientos. Vodafone a precios de hoy. 47 euros, 1 giga y 2 móviles. ¡Hostia!
Ahora sí.
Qué ofertaza con el 50 pavos, lo mismo
Sí,
que tengo
sí.
yo ahora.
Claro, claro. Lo mismo que tenemos aquí en casa.
Con 30
Un
euros.
espectador ahora mismo.
Soy yo. Vale, sí, se ve bien.
Sí, ¿verdad? Pues ya está. Ya lo he solucionado. Ya sé lo que tenía que poner. Tenía que poner... pone lo que es live, Twitch, no sé qué, no sé cuántas. Barra torcida. App barra torcida, ¿sabes? Y yo he tenido que poner como el enlace a mi canal. Perfecto, pues escúchame, pues así se va a quedar.
Pues ya me lo explicarás a mí para TikTok.
Creo que es más o menos igual, ¿sabes?
Por eso. Que tú como... Yo es que estuve intentando una semana, como no pude, dije, tengo por culo.
Yo creo que es más o menos igual. Entonces, esto lo voy a dejar así y voy a poner esto en una ventana emergente. Bueno, me imagino que si hablas, imagino que saltará el mensaje.
Te lo digo ya.
Sí, sí, se salta así. Vale, y luego aquí la fuente de actividades, que esto no me acuerdo muy bien para qué coño era. Mostrar fuente de actividades en una ventana emergente.
Pues te lo digo ya.
Y esto.
Yo
Yo me imagino que eso será pues para cuando la gente te sigue y demás. ¿Sabes? Para cuando la gente te sigue, se suscribe y todo el rollo. Meta de programa plus, ¿qué es esto? Generas. Es row bueno. ¿Cómo que es row bueno?
Yo qué sé, voy a poner algo.
Ah, vale, que me ha salido ahora lo del generador de nombres, vale. Bueno, vale, pues en principio yo creo que así está de puta madre. Me sale justo los espectadores, la sesión, todo tal. Perfecto, perfecto. Me sale que estoy en directo. Pues genial, pues al lío. Seguimos, gente. Ayer es que estuve probando y... al final no me he enterado de una mierda de lo que han hablado. Espérate, porque tengo que esto... Vale. Bueno, vamos a hablar con Vivian.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
A ver, lo que sí tengo que mirar... Mierda, ya no.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes
Hostia,
of
no
mindless
jodas.
beasts,
Eso no me acuerdo.
with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A ver, realmente es que yo me he dado cuenta, y dándole una vuelta a lo que ya hemos jugado, es que la hemos liado parda, en verdad. Pero realmente lo del cielo es culpa de Artema.
But it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Vale. Voy a hacer esto, tío. Ahora ya me raya esta mierda. Ahí. Eso es. Yo juraría que esta mierda... Sí, así está perfecto, yo creo. Lo único malo que tengo que organizar toda esta mierda. La única solución es poner una pantalla pequeña. Es la única solución. Poner una pantalla chiquitita. Vale, vamos a hablar con Arpócrates.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Bueno, vamos a hacer lo propio. Vamos a relajar. Vamos a tumbar. Venga, vamos a seguir.
Estoy aquí, pero como estoy en el palo...
No, tranquilo, tranquilo. Nada, va esto perfecto, la verdad. Uy.
Clive,
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are 3. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a cashier out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means... there's only 2 people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Vale, lo primero. Lo primero son las escorias. Pero lo primero que voy a hacer son las escorias. Vale, tenemos que ir a la Ponda, a Northreach y a... Vale. Este está... El Pamar este está en Dalmequia. A ver, es que... No hay ninguno que esté ahí en Rosaria, ¿no? Sí, este sí, la playa del silencio. Vale, pues... Es la playa del silencio... Mierda. Aquí. Bueno, vamos a venir aquí, vamos a hacer el bicho ese de la playa del silencio. Buah, llevaba 2 o 3 días sin jugar al juego este. Qué ganas tenía, loco. A ver, la playa del silencio está aquí más adelante, sí. De aquí. Hostia, los chocobos también. Hostia, pues sí que ha habido peña afectada. Y eso ha sido... Joder, puto Artema de los cojones, tío. Son estos cabrones, seguro. Sí. Hostia, clase A. Este combate va a ser difícil. Nivel 30. Bueno, a ver. Y creo que subo de nivel. Puta madre. Hostia, no subo de nivel pues no.
No more war.
No more vengeance, no more war. Vale, vamos a la fonda de Marta. Ah, este ya lo hemos finiquitado. Este hijo de puta. Este fuera. Hostia, tú.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
Vale, tengo que ir a destruirlos, ¿no?
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you? Them not. Not a chance.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
A mí mi... Qué raro, tío, que no suba de nivel.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
No, sí, no, sí, sí.
Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha!
Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Moi.
Mad dogs. The lot of them.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
So Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Placa, ven.
Get him.
Ni te muevas. O te piso, cuellita. Ahora sí. Ahora sí hemos subido el nivel. Hay una cosa que quiero mirar.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job?
Always.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
desplazo aquí, me evito el tener que hacer la mierda al montacarga. Míralo, tardo menos.
Just patch me up as quick as you can and get me back out there.
Hostias. Pero escucha, estos es como si estuvieran...
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Get him. Go for it. Nice try. Go for it. Get him. So well. This one. This one. Get him. Get him. Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, so wait. Shall we? Over here! Too slow. Too slow. Get him. Nice try.
Esta no te levanta, lo sabes, ¿no? Eso no te levantas.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Los miembros del grupo han cambiado, ¿cómo? Es que todo esto... Es que... Uf. No, yo creo que me voy a quedar así, ¿eh? Vale. Yo creo que ahora no vamos a dirigir. ¿El otro dónde está? Vamare. Darme aquí. Aquí. Joder, bueno, está jodido ese, ¿eh? Vamos a ver por qué.
This one.
Perfecto.
Stay down! This one! Get him! Stay down!
Mierda.
This one! Go to him! This one! Go to him! Over here! Go to him! Stay down! Get him! Go to him! Go to him! Get him! Over here! Your business!
encima le ponen... Hostia. Qué putadón. Menuda putada, chaval. Ahí está. Este es un clase B, así que...
Not the God's forsaken soul, eh? Only those who have nothing. Go empty your pockets. Nice try.
A deserter turned outlaw. We were watching
Vale, el otro ya no sabemos dónde coño está. Este ya ni puta idea. Entonces, lo que vamos a hacer es venir aquí.
First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the
I saw
wall.
it with my own eyes.
The whole of Oriflam under a flood. And we're next.
I can't do it.
You can.
My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultima's thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Un segundo. ¿Cómo se llamaban estos? La calamidad alada. Hostia. Está aquí. Vamos a hacer primero la misión y luego...
More arrived from the capital this morning.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
Claro que sí, joder.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives! Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
That thing...
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, They came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now.
Don't leave me, Pa.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should...
No.
For more.
I'm sorry, darling. I truly am.
Grabaciones de éter por todos lados.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me. Attack!
Stay down!
Over here! Go for it! Die! Over here!
Should I prime?
Save your strength. This one.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
nos piramos aquí. Buah, no sé si me va a costar mucho o poco este combate, pero... Perfecto. Buah, justo lo que necesitaba, chaval. Ataque combinado. Ataques combinados es lo que tengo que hacer. Buah, este combate me va a costar, Es el primer no, el segundo que he encontrado. Buah, ¿estamos preparados? Pues no lo sé. Vamos a guardar por si acaso. Pendientes de arquero. Bueno. Vale. Ahí está. Hello, motherfucker. A ver qué pasa con este. Nivel 50.
This beast isn't to be trifled with.
Hostias, ¿qué dices, cabrón? ¿Qué dices, cabrón? Hostia, que me ha metido 2 golpes y me ha matado de 2 golpes. Dios. Qué barbaridad. Carlos, ¿qué? No me digas que te has metido en los dos.
No sé, en el otro no hay nada,
¿Cómo que en el otro no hay nada?
Yo.
¿En cuál otro? ¿En
El
YouTube?
de Twitch. No, en el otro.
¿Cómo que en el otro?
Estás haciendo multistream, ¿no?
¿Y se supone que se está viendo los dos? ¿Cómo que no? Si me acabo de meter hace un momento en el de YouTube y se veía ahí en Twitch igual.
Espérate. No, se ha acabado.
No, se ha acabado, ¿no? ¿Qué dices?
Que no me sale nada.
Pues estoy en directo ahora mismo, ¿eres tonto o qué?
Arro lo estaba viendo y ahora acabando de escuchar al Carlos, le he actualizado y me sale offline otra vez.
Claro.
Pero que yo lo estaba viendo hasta hace 2 segundos ahí, Lo tengo abierto.
Ah, me sale como si estuviera en negro, tío. Por culo, tío. Ya buscaré a ver cómo hacerlo, tío. Ya buscaré cómo hacerlo, ya está. Lo voy a quitar. A ver. Esto... No sé muy bien por qué se vuelve loco. la verdad. Lo tengo que mirar con más detenimiento. Qué raro, tío. Ah. ¿Ves? Pero sin embargo se ve. A ver qué pasa con esto. Qué cosa más extraña, tío. No sé, igual... Es que no sé, la verdad. No tengo ni idea. Pues en YouTube sí se ve bien.
No sé, en YouTube
Bueno,
sí.
pues este va a haber que dejarlo, ¿eh? Esta escoria de momento.
Escoria de mi
Porque
vida.
me ha partido en dos, la verdad. Me ha pegado una partida de culo de esas que molan. Vale, pues hay que ir aquí a Dalí. Vaya partida de culo más interesante, la verdad. Por cierto, hay una cosa aquí que esto ya no he cambiado. ¿Qué ha pasado? Hostia, aquí también está todo liado, ¿no?
Sid! Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
Ah. You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalamil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Ah, que es un matrimonio discutiendo.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been
Anda,
your
ya.
men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandit's ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you.
Ese soy yo, el
Any
Craye
more
y
of
el
this and I'll
Carlos.
throw you out
¿Quién soy yo?
myself.
La mujer,
Come
¿no?
back when you're ready to talk
Claro.
like adults.
Vale, vale.
Y yo soy el que media. Callaros los dos.
¿Y yo quién soy?
El calvo.
Tengo mucho
¿Ves?
de calvo, la verdad.
Carlos está en mi onda.
Tengo mucho de calvo, la verdad, seréis cabrones.
What's he doing here?
Sid. And
Carlos.
Lady Jill.
Enséñame las tetas.
What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Es capaz de compartir la cámara del disco y enseñar tu pezón, ¿eh?
Yo no tengo miedo, pero...
¿Ves?
The buyer's kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles.
Voy a mirar un momento los
He thought I
logros.
might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costner's. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Tío, se está poniendo cada vez más interesante el juego. Sabía que tenía que continuar, pero es que no quería continuar porque sabía que me iba a enganchar igual, tío.
La vida es dura.
Sí, lo sé. Pregúntamelo cuando me levanto.
Levántate un momento.
So, you see my predicament? What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Bueno.
Picture it, Conrad. You're... Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, milady.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something, and we may yet be allowed to keep it. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mommy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
It's all yours. Get up! They need to overwhelm us. Get up! Over here!
Qué poco sube la barra de esto de nivel, chaval.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act. I'll take that as a compliment.
Bueno, pues parece ser que hemos solucionado todos los problemas de todos, ¿no? Ya que...
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Pues vamos a volver donde Otto. Ya nos ocuparemos del dragón, ese hijo de puta.
Was wondering when you turn up.
Nivel 50,
Hello,
¿sabes?
from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the color of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So?
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second guess yourself. Now's the time.
Dame un segundo, que voy a por agua. ¿Qué pasa? Ya vale bonito. Vale bonito. Fíjate, a nadie le gusta Final Fantasy. Pero luego la peña se queda enganchada aquí, ¿eh?
To visit the infirmary. Taya says your brother's awake.
Joshua.
Otto.
Estaba pensando antes, oye, el Joshua había terminado la enfermería.
¿Qué piensas?
A ver qué dice el Joshua.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon.
Eso es lo que iba a decir.
Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
and I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua! Clive! It's Gav! There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Y su hermano ahí echando la sangre, ¿sabes? Y la otra como, ¿qué tal, Joshua? ¿Todo bien? Yo que me alegro. Carlos, yo creo... Voy a parar un momento. Carlos, yo creo que eres tú que cada vez que se te coge el sonido del micro, se escucha
Carlos,
como...
yo estoy muteado.
Sí, sí.
Mira. Ya está.
No.
Sí.
No.
Que no. Habla.
Hola.
Ahora sí.
Claro.
Ahora sí. No sé qué tenías ahí. No sé si tenía...
No, era una broma. Es que a veces la sensibilidad del micrófono se baja demasiado solo hasta que aplaudo. Entonces aplaudo y se pone.
No, sale... O sea, se escucha como ruido blanco.
Por eso.
Está viendo porno y cada vez que gime sale ruido blanco.
Tyre told you. The capital of the free cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the free cities?
That sounds like a question.
Tío, esta parte me encanta. Cuando la pava te pone aquí como un tutorial del mapa y demás, que pareces tonto, pues me encanta.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
La pregunta es, ¿quién es su acompañante? Porque la pava esa ha ido como un perrito faldero todo el rato, tío.
Soy yo.
Thank you, brother.
Yo no he dicho nada, ojo. Mi boca no ha salido. Nada. Vale, ¿ahora qué? Entonces, ahora tengo aquí... Joder, 4 misiones secundarias. Estás de coña, ¿no? A ver. Claro, Norbert, ¿qué sería? Esta ciudad, ¿no? O esta no, bueno, sería esta, digo yo. Porque esto es una ciudad portuaria, o parece. Pues nada, niño, pues 4 misiones secundarias, qué bien, qué chulo, qué guay. No pasa nada, chaval. Yo he decidido que el juego lo voy a hacer entero. Voy a matar todas las escorias, voy a hacer todas las misiones secundarias, o sea, me la suda. Voy a hacerlo todo.
What do you want?
No puedo hacer espada mejor. No puedo hacer nada mejor. Ah, este me sube un punto de vitalidad. Vale. Anybody else? A ver. Joder.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Where would he be at Martha's Rest?
Would you keep it from this rest? Ahora a ver dónde Black Throne. Detrás. Ahí está. Hombre, guts. Bueno, goods.
Oh my God. Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallimil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry.
Oh, you'll let me know what...
Of course. Lady Karen.
Not nearly as foul as a...
You're doing good trade.
Can't complain. What exactly? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But it...
Just... all right.
Oh. Are you? And who was it who knows me so...
I didn't all I know is that someone in Dalimil...
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off... Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned up, but that woman is no more. And you know...
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No. I reckon you've got better things to do than point...
Of course.
Madre mía, Woods.
I spoke with Lady... that the rumors were unfounded. And that I was along with some other things that made it. While it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her part.
Oh, well, I knew Nan wasn't caught up in... But why would people say she was?
No, but people do things for all sorts of reasons.
Well, I'm going to find that trader. He said they were all talking about her in Dalimil, so that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll...
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors...
Oh, but that's why you...
No me jodas, Goods. Con tu puta madre.
It seems the
Oh,
hideaway is
blasted
lost
book.
its...
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of
Are
it.
you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not...
I'm all the cook will be needing. Thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, so I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book.
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I said...
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And so...
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a kindly old fella who...
Fine. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your...
You do that. Lest we...
Ah, puta, loco. Esta es de Podemos, seguro.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Sid, perhaps you can help me.
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but what. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, my first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to, which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid.
I think it just... I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, They were in the atrium when I last saw them.
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample...
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find...
Ah, so the fabled Sanbriquois delicacy is next on the menu. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern. Their ground liver.
Dragon livers.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver.
But Saint's bonnet, in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the north. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their headies. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life. in which
meaning that if I find one, I find...
Best of luck, Clive, and...
A ver, vamos al atrio y aquí miramos una cosa que tenía que ver. A ver si hay más escorias. Aparte del dragón ese, porque joder, me ha pegado 2 hostias que me han puesto a bailar. Y aparte yo creo que no lo voy a hacer nada.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Hostia, pues sí hay alguna escoria. Entonces, es una mierda. Esto es sur de Tower. Vale. Hostias. Aquí también. Ah, no, vale, vale, vale. Imagino que será por aquí, pero la mandíbula, bancal, sur del desierto. Imagino que tendré que ir aquí antes. Seguramente sea por aquí. Lo que pasa es que ahora no puedo ir a ningún sitio por lo que veo. No me deja desplazarme. O sea que ahí es donde tengo que ir lo primero. A ver, loca, los niños están mentidos, tienen la báscula, están pesando los gramillos.
What do you reckon we should do?
Well, well, well.
Sid! Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh!
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh goods? I don't think you'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Minidole's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Minidole's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididole and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be fun?
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Ah, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps.
Okay.
Muy bien, Craya.
Hala, que os peten el agujerete, que tengáis buena entrada de semana y que os guste la petada de culo.
Mamá, lo mismo te digo.
Vale.
And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I.
Ah, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Ponte las pilas, hija. Que vaya delita. Vale, y ahora... Aquí en la guarida ya no hay nada, ¿no? Vale. Entonces, sé que tengo que venir aquí y sé que tengo que venir aquí y allí. Pero me obligan a venir aquí. Así que vamos a continuar.
It's like a dream, the four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. Yote is a fine scout. If Cambió was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
The tiger isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
Hostia, ¿qué dice?
¿Qué lo dice?
Hay una puerta ahí abajo. Lo que toca el badajo. ¡Ah!
Get him!
Joder, hay otra parte ahí arriba también. Me cago en 10.
This one.
can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it, the echoes have a will of their own.
Anda, pero es un venga. Fajín recio. Uy. Pero what the fuck. Este es mejor. Estoy como bajo allá abajo. Ambush.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood. Up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. There's a village not far. It's only a week.
I'll go.
They must.
Rest well, soldier. You said the encampment was close.
Hostia, ya me puedo mover por todo el mundo otra vez. Mierda. Pero no, pues ahora voy a avanzar un poco más adelante.
Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Ni pero ni peras. Ni pero ni peras.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Right. I got here in time. This one. Over here.
Another down. Colocarlos. Down, 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 down.
Down, down, down.
Is someone there?
Espérate que voy a subir la habilidad de esto. A ver, podría hacer esto. O hacer esto.
Please, I can't move my leg.
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of. One of your...
Another survivor.
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Though Staba is safe thanks to you.
¿Y ya está?
You seem familiar. You must have me confused with someone else. Wait. That scar.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there in Cosnis when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
Qué bonita. De brujo. Barbillita de brujo. Necesito otro teleporte.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Tabor.
Como que como vosotros sentados.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Y ahora que el obelisco está activado, cuando voy a coger con un montón de cojones. Venir aquí.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us with. We have a hard time.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
Are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping lot.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work?
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Dalimil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at... But it'd be a bolder man, feeling bold, traveler. Now, if that's all...
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the
Not unless she's discovered the secret of...
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks.
Good question.
And I'll visit this store.
All right, but...
You too, Goods.
Vaya, qué cosas, tú.
The finest shell swords in store. Fuck.
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch. What a mess.
Uy, señora, ¿cómo va a meterle mano? Pero bueno.
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours.
¿Es seguro?
Sí.
Bueno, que coste que llegue a avisar.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen. Stay down. This way.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have... He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one. You weren't evil.
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to... I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalimil. Then you turned... Well...
You're not worth the effort. I need to find Goods. Right.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty painted lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be, for they are not lies. Every...
Goose, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goots, was it? Only with... Run along now.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll...
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. The whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalimil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shitter, though it was just Bogan. I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But I see you this. What was it we called you? Wet.
You bitch! Everything that happened. It was all your fault.
Did he?
And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Did he?
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs. You remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, that. And now, it's time to collect.
Y aquí tenéis como grita Carlos.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. It's an easy going through life, one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same route. Said I'd stolen from his strong box. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him, so I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, but he crossed a line dragging poor Goots in. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me the right. Let's get you back to the hideaway.
Y se termina, buah, sería la hostia.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Oh, se ha acabado de hablar con ella, me cago en todo.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul a gut.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make... I just thought I had to protect you.
Aye. Well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been my right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero.
Thanks, Nan.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours.
Pasa nada, si nunca te compro, me la voy pillando por ahí, o sea que... Vale, a ver. Vamos aquí. Que sí. Aquí. Ah, esto es lo del Rutherford. No, pues entonces al otro lado. No, atrás. Entonces aquí. Perfecto. Vamos para allá. Vamos para allí, niña. Vamos para allí, Carlos Key.
There were ghosts at the gates, not...
El Key, Carlos Key. Carlos, ¿alguna vez te habían dicho que eres un mea calzas?
Ahora mismo.
Qué raro que no te lo hayan dicho antes. ¿Me calzas? A ver. Este tiene cara de Carlos, así que venga.
Pockety
Una
said I should be
espadita
able
por
to
aquí.
find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. This must be our wyvern. Right. Let's get this over with.
Estúpido le dice al índigo, estúpido le dice. Bueno.
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
Habrá que pelear, ¿verdad? No sé por qué me da que ahí maté un dragón de eso, ¿verdad? Bueno, ¿no?
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better.
Sabía que esta mierda iba a ser rápida. O sea, es que lo sabía. A ver tú, Molly Polly.
So, did you have that word with
I did, and he was as helpful as ever.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay. Let's out these grand old chefs of yore and you... And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary...
Un segundo, me estoy meando, pero como una persona jubilada. Qué mayor honor que llamarme a calzas a Carlos.
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavour and sensation, a graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking, but I reckon you might be right. It was decent then.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to... Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure...
I'll give it some thought.
Give it some thought. Vale, y ahora me tengo que reunir con el tuercebotas este. Ahora lo dice de my uncle. Lol, qué tirones me está dando aquí, loco.
Is no more. Ever trust an owl bearing good news, I say. It is true. I finally have a chance to...
My lord Marquis, is that you? It is you. Then I am Sebastian Ruther.
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crit, the subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. The gears of governance have ground to a halt. And with the realm threatens. Your lord, uncle, however, believe...
That sounds like...
It is. Hence my having enlisted the...
Alas.
I have lost... They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these...
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know what...
One I sent to investigate.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord.
Y el otro era Oriflame. Pero Oriflame... No sé, yo pensaba que era para el otro lado.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy, are the bad men going to come back?
The gentleman of the town guard was right.
No dejas una espada tirada ahí en todo el medio, tío.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse. I already told you, I have nothing. Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing. Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you. You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
A volar. Encima me dan 200 de experiencia, o sea que hay unos putos inútiles.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but...
Much has changed in the Republican Army since...
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was...
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when his men confiscated my effects...
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free.
What of the Fist Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such...
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the cap. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to...
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria.
I'll find a caravan heading... you won't mind if I...
Hasta los calzoncillos, ya ves tú.
Not at all. No. If he was bound for Oriflamme... There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere.
¿Qué coño hace?
What happened here?
If you're with the... They've already...
I'm not.
Then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the...
Of the 7 high houses, it's been a long time since... Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw...
Bandits.
They looked more like... It didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me...
Which way did they go?
South.
All right. Founder knows I've met enough. You head back to Northreach. Visit the Vale.
Thank you.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Nice try.
Todo para matarla así. Es que de verdad me queda un toque, me cago en la puta.
Make for the town while you can.
You don't need to tell me twice.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to track. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it.
Rockford, if you are to continue you first need to...
I shall return to Northreach, but allow me to thank you first.
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford.
I suppose he'll be wondering why. I shall send a pistolus as soon as I'm able.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
Venga, ya están las misiones secundarias, va.
I see you're still here.
The rest's location affords a constant flow. Speaking of which, I received word from both.
I only happen to be in the right place. They both seem to think the realm's prospects...
I am afraid that Grim, Storm is in crisis. And if we are to... And we must work.
As it is mine.
Vale, a ver, se supone que ya las misiones secundarias ya lo está terminado, ¿no? Vale. Ahí no hay nada, entonces... Bueno, gente, pues mañana seguiremos a partir de aquí, en Tabor. Y continuaremos con la historia. Así que... Lo dicho, lo vamos a dejar aquí. Espero que os haya gustado el directo. Gracias a todos por haber pasado, por haber apoyado. Gracias por los likes. Y nos vemos en el siguiente. Que tengáis un empiece de semana increíble. Y nos vemos mañana por la tarde. Un saludo. Chao.